Hi, I'm Laura Robichaux. I'm a certified health coach, former advertising executive, overachiever by conditioning, and burnout survivor by necessity. I learned the hard way that doing everything right doesn't always lead to a life that feels right. For the first 20 years of adulthood, I followed the script. I got the degrees, I got married, I managed a household, climbed the ladder backwards in high heels. And for a while, it was amazing. But after a little bit, I found myself riddled with anxiety, panic attacks, depression, and a deep, unshakable emptiness. So I did what any ambitious, unraveling woman might do. I changed jobs. I got divorced. I moved zip codes. I took health sabbaticals. Hell, I even went to India 3 times. And yet I kept falling apart because I was still trying to fix my life from the outside in. It wasn't until I finally turned inward that things began to shift. And that's when I stopped living a life that was written for me and started authoring one that was written by me. This is Unbinding Burnout, a channel for high achieving women who are ready to stop performing and start getting honest to finally come home to themselves. So let's get into it. Today, we're going to talk about the woman who's holding it all together, but she's barely holding herself together. This is a woman who is exhausted, depleted, feeling empty, unsure, and just done. But the reality is she still gets shit done. So nobody really notices. If that's you, this video is your mirror and a little bit of a wake-up call. You know the signs, right? You're productive. You're responsible, successful. Maybe you're even admired. You're the one that people count on. You're the one that always shows up and is always available. But behind the scenes, you're crumbling. You don't know where to start. You're emotionally flatlined and you don't know what to do next. You're physically running on caffeine and adrenaline, maybe alcohol, maybe some other things. And mentally, you're constantly negotiating with your calendar, your capacity, but your deep desire to keep showing up. And because you're still performing, you still appear to be at the height of your game, no one seems to check in. No one seems to notice the silent unraveling. This is high functioning burnout, and it is real. It's dangerous. It's severe. And because it hides in plain sight and it convinces you to keep pushing, it becomes more dangerous by the day. So here's what I want you to know. Your exhaustion, first and foremost, is not laziness. It's not a lack of discipline. It's not just being busy. It is not normal. It's not the way it's supposed to be. It's your system saying, I've had enough. But burnout isn't a workload issue. The reality is it's a misalignment issue. Burnout is an inside job, and it happens when you're living out of sync with your values, your desires, your truth, your strengths. But what's the fix? It's not more vacations. It's not just time off. Because how many sabbaticals have you taken? How many vacations have you taken? Only to return to the same level of overwhelm, and sometimes even more, a building level of overwhelm. What you need is a new internal operating system. And this system is one that should be built on clarity, values, boundaries, and agency. So where do you start? You start by pausing long enough to be honest, to ask yourself, am I succeeding or am I performing? Who is this for? Is it for me or everyone around me? You have to take the time to reconnect with your core values, because what actually matters to you may not be what you're continuously being praised for. You have to find support. You don't have to figure this out in isolation, and you shouldn't, realistically. You need community. You've led long enough. You've been alone in this long enough. So this is exactly what I do in my one-on-one coaching, workshops, and small group programs. We don't just talk about burnout. We don't sit around and complain about the same old things. We rebuild your life from the inside out. There's no shame. There's no hustle. There's no pressure. Just truth, structure, soul, and community. If this video hits home, please, please don't brush it off like I did for so long. This is your signal. This is your rally cry. This is your warning sign. Feel free to book a free consultation with me. We can talk about how to create a roadmap out of burnout, one into a life that you actually want to live. And if you're not ready to talk, that is totally fine too. You can certainly hit subscribe, because I'm going to keep telling the truth until you're ready to live yours. And in the meantime, I am here for you. Hope this helps.